Patrick Klinger, Vice President of Marketing, Minnesota Twins.
Okay, and this is Taylor and Tony's marketing project. Um, Mr. Klinger, what led you to choose a career in marketing?
It was really by accident. I didn't study marketing when I was in college. I was actually a mass communication major. I had intended to have some sort of career in broadcasting, broadcast administration, I thought, running a radio station or television station. And when I was at Winona State University studying mass communications, I did an internship in the marketing department at WCCO Radio. That's where the internships existed. And I found that I liked marketing. I was relatively good at it. The next year I had the good fortune of being invited by the Twins to be an intern in the marketing department. And that's really where my career began to veer in the direction of marketing. And I've been involved in it ever since. So I've never had a marketing class. It wasn't something I'd intended to do when I started college. It just so happened that my path took me in that particular direction.
Cool. What do you like about marketing for the Minnesota Twins?
Well, I like the fact that I have the ability to be creative, to develop promotions and advertising campaigns and programs that hopefully make a difference and have a real impact. It's also a very high-profile organization, and to be able to put your stamp on an organization that arguably is the most recognizable in the state of Minnesota is pretty humbling, and at the same time pretty exciting. So that's there are a variety of things I love about working for the Twins, but that probably is the best part of being the Vice President of Marketing.
Cool. Do you know what factors or what decisions went into the new location of the stadium?
Like, what would pick this place, or like this location, over, say, another one in a different area of the city, or?
Well, there are a variety of factors that went into it. One is the space was available. Two, it's really here in the warehouse district, so it could have a significant impact on the businesses around the ballpark. When you've got 40,000 people coming down to the ballpark 81 times a game, it can really have a huge influence on the bars and the restaurants and the other businesses in this area. And this has always been known as the entertainment district of the Twin Cities, or of Minneapolis. The site offered some challenges because it was so small, but it also, because it's the footprint of Target Field is so small, it also allowed us to create a really special ballpark, one that has a really a great feeling of intimacy, where every seat is a good one. And Hennepin County, which was our partner on the ballpark, wanted the ballpark here as well. There's a tax, of course, in Hennepin County that helps pay for Target Field. This is the location that they thought could have the most positive impact on the county and the businesses in downtown.
Okay. What marketing techniques do you use regularly, and what seems to work the best for marketing the Twins?
Well, I think we use just about every marketing technique in some form or fashion. We've got a very sophisticated advertising campaign that takes advantage of traditional media such as newspaper, radio, print. We do a lot of social networking. We do billboards. We do direct mail. Just about every vehicle we've used at some time in some form or fashion. What we're trying to do with our marketing is ultimately build the brand of Twins baseball. We want wins and losses to matter less than people coming out and having a great experience here, and that people feel like the Twins are their team, that they're going to support the Twins regardless of whether the team is winning or losing. And so brand building to me is really what's most important.
Perfect. Are there any barriers or restrictions in the way you market or the marketing strategy?
Marketing a sports team presents some real challenges. I don't know if I'd call them barriers or restrictions necessarily, but it presents challenges because I don't control the final product. I mean, I can work on the brand and I can work on the experience, the game experience, and what music is played, and the videos are played, and what our advertising campaign looks like, and all of those things. But what I can't control is how the team performs on the field. Once they get between the white lines, the rest is up to them. I can't control players and whether they want to be involved in our marketing or not. I can't control, whether Joe Mauer hits 350 or 250, or whether he plays or he's injured. Those are things I can't control. This isn't like marketing widgets.
Mm-hmm.
This is marketing entertainment, and I don't always have control over that product on the field. So that by far is the biggest challenge that I have as the vice president of marketing with the Twins.
Are there ways in which you market to different age groups or different genders? Or okay.
We have, baseball appeals to young and old, black and white, male and female, rich and poor.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. So you can't develop one target audience, if you will, and go after just that. Except the target audience is really probably baseball fans, somebody who enjoys baseball or going to entertainment events. So what we do is we segment our audience. We create programs specifically for students. We've got a student night program. We develop programs for seniors. We develop programs for families. We've got programs for singles. We've got programs for minority fans. I mean, we really carve up our fan base and develop targeted programs and campaigns aimed specifically at those audiences.
And how do you determine when to do those different promotions and different incentives to go to the games?
Well, generally we go into the season with a plan. We know what our student program is going to be like. We know what we're going to be doing with seniors and families, and we lay all of that out. But the best laid plans of mice and men sometimes go awry because the team may not cooperate necessarily, and so we have to adapt. If you win a bunch of games in a row, the way you go about marketing is going to be different than if you've lost a bunch of games in a row. We're off to a tough start this season.
Absolutely.
It means that we're going to have to probably adapt our marketing program a little bit. We've already shifted some of our advertising. We've pulled some spots and we're running other spots because they just don't fit with where we are as an organization right now. We can't sit back on our hands and just expect people to buy tickets right now. We've got a limited amount of inventory, and we have to be aggressive now in moving it. Where if our record was reversed, we probably could sit on our hands.
Okay, perfect. Just a couple fun ones. What's the top selling food and souvenir in the stadium?
Well, the top selling food is always hot dogs. Hot dogs are synonymous with baseball, of course, so you'll go through more hot dogs than any other product. That and beer. I don't know. Beer probably, from a revenue perspective, probably brings in more. And then souvenirs, I can't tell you specifically what sells most, but anecdotally, I would say caps probably would be number one.
How do you, I would assume you had an influence in the pro shop and the design of it, or
Some.
Yep. How do you set up the prices? How did you determine to organize it certain ways to get the most sales?
Well, that part honestly isn't done by us. We've hired a company called Delaware North Corporation,
Okay.
which also handles all of our concessions. So they've got responsibility for concessions and merchandise both here at Target Field as well as our external pro shops. It's their responsibility to order the product, set up the pro shops, market those items. It's part of what we hired them to do.
Okay.
Their expertise lies in merchandise and in concessions. Ours doesn't. Our expertise lies in baseball games.
Okay. And finally, is there any new products or marketing schemes that we can look forward to seeing?
I wouldn't say we necessarily have any new marketing schemes or programs other than the fact, like any company, we're trying to harness social media networking to the best of our ability. And one of the biggest changes or challenges that we have is technology. It changes every day. There are new opportunities that are presented to us virtually on a daily basis. And knowing when to jump in and when to wait is a bit of a challenge for us. We're doing more tweeting and Facebooking and things of that nature than we've ever done before. And I think that you'll see marketing certainly go in that direction. It'll be much more one-to-one marketing as opposed to this blanket mass marketing. I think there's still very much a place for that. You still have to brand the team, but I think a lot of communication will be done on a more individual basis than it certainly was done in the past.
Perfect. Well, Mr. Klinger, we thank you for your time and appreciate it.
Thank you.